Oh man. All right, I think we're live.
Are we live right now?
Looks that way. Yes, we are.
Oh, wow. Hi, everybody. Hello, world. Happy Wednesday. Wait. Yes, it's Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
I believe so, yes.
That's good.
How's everyone doing? I'm actually going to pull the chat up here so that we can interact with everybody over the chat.
So sorry it took us so long to make a YouTube, guys. We've had some things happen and we've been busy. Jenny had a hurricane, so there have been a few different things that have gone on. So we are going to do as many readings as we can today. Because we did a show on Rex's channel and we have a lot of new subscribers. So we really want to do a lot of readings and do some Q&A and tell you guys about our new series coming up. We're going to, instead of talking about politics, because we know it gets a little controversial. So what we're going to do is do a cold case file. So we're going to do charts also of course, I'm going to mention Donald Trump here and there, I'm sure, but you know me, I can't help it. But we are going to do a lot of like crimes and try to solve some crimes like we did with Elvis on this channel.
That was a lot of fun. That was very interesting. We got a lot of really great feedback about that particular show. We utilized the use of the divination rods or the divining rods with Jeff Doherty over on his channel. The Christian whistleblower. I hope I got that right.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so the cold case files, high profile murders that, you know, people, they're either controversial or inconclusive or anything that there's like a conspiracy around. Earlier today, I was actually looking at Kurt Cobain and I was trying to find his detailed birth information. I have an affinity for Kurt Cobain. You know, it's so funny because like I'm wearing flannel, like 90s.
Oh, I know. We look like rock stars tonight. What the hell?
We didn't plan for this, everybody. Heidi and I end up wearing the same colors all the time. We don't even mean to be corny like that.
The red, like that's really random.
I like almost never wear red.
I rarely wear red, so it is kind of interesting.
That is really cool.
Yeah. But we talk like every day now, so
yeah,
it's probably making sense.
Our moons are probably synced too. Oh God, I can't believe I just said that. No, but you know,
another thing too we're going to talk about is this. I feel like this is all scried over here. Another thing we're also going to talk about is some of the transits. We'll still do astrology talks. We're still going to do, you know, I'm still going to bring the guests on my channel, but I'm going to not get so, you know, one-sided here, and we're going to do that. We just think it's going to be more fun anyway, because we don't have anybody's times, and we know how important that is. So when you do readings and you do not have the times, it's a big, you might as well not even do them. So, and we can't confirm any of these times. So the best thing to do is we're going to do actual events, situations, you know, charts of people that have killed people or had a mysterious death or something like that.
Well, and I wanted to actually talk to you about it because a lot of people, it's almost impossible to find some people's time of birth, the exact time of birth. However, we can. I have done readings where I narrowed down whether it was day or night, which I know isn't specific enough, but it certainly helps kind of give us a direction. But I also wanted to mention that the time of death certificates sometimes have the time of death. It depends on the situation. But I'd be interested to see what we can extract, what kind of data we can extract from the time of death as well.
Yeah.
So I hear we have a lot of readings to get through tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, Heidi, I didn't get the notification of our video right now, and I always do. Remember, you know, because it like surprises me, and I'm like surprised every time that my phone goes off. I'm like, oh, what was that? Oh, it's just that.
Did you change like did you change any of your settings?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
there we are. Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get into readings. But if you watch this show, I mean, we do talk usually in the middle because it's just how it goes. Does anybody have any questions too? So put your questions. Jenny's going to be checking out the questions. And we'll start.
Oh, everybody's saying happy birthday, Heidi, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good old 33.
33. It's a good number. It's a good age.
It is a good age. Like I like being 33. I didn't like, 30. 33 is a good age.
Yeah, I agree. I'm 28. I'm just glad that I saw past 27.
That's right.
Well, I feel like 27 is a really crazy year for a lot of people. A lot of celebrities die at 27.
That's true. Very, very true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you want to jump right on into it?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All righty. I'm going to be able to see the comments and all at the same time. So nobody makes any bitching that I'm looking at two screens. That's why my eyes go a little crazy. Sorry.
Right.
All right. I put all the charts I could in. So a lot of these people tonight, how interesting is this? The degrees of the charts on the ascendant are 29 degrees. And so it's very hard. You're going to be borderline. We're going to try to get through as many readings as we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically not go into the readings as much. We're going to try to give you some more of the advice side of things, okay? Because we have a lot of readings to get through. All right, this is 8/12/1980. And I'm not going to say the times or the names, but this is somebody, Leo ascendant, and somebody that has the moon and Jupiter in the first house. So when you have that in your chart, you're going to be a natural leader. Okay, natural. Why are you laughing? Stop.
Because someone's funny. They said, "Is Jenny the new manager at the farm store?"
Oh,
that's really funny to me because everything that I'm wearing right now, I'm just gonna say it's laundry day today. Okay, and my hair is dirty, and I don't have my usual clothes, so this is what I'm wearing. And I've never worked at a farm store, but I would work
at a hardware store.
I would work at a hardware store. I would, I bet you it's cool. I want to learn about that stuff. Sorry to interrupt. That was a really funny comment though. So thank you, whoever that was.
So do you want to hear a funny story when I was working at the hardware store? I actually talked about this a couple of days ago. See, this is how we get distracted. So, I worked at this hardware store when I was 14, 15 for a few years and I loved it. We had to learn everything. But one morning, it was like a Saturday morning, and this man calls on the phone and says, "Oh my gosh, these fruit flies are so bad, guys." And literally calls and says, "Hi, I just wanted to see if you guys had machetes." No, sir, we don't sell guns. And I just got off the phone. Okay.
It's not a gun.
Gun. I thought it was a gun.
My God.
Yeah. How about that?
That's too much.
I know. And he comes flying into the hardware store and he's like, "I was just talking to some dumb girl on the phone. She said, you guys don't have machetes and you don't sell guns." I don't know what the hell she was talking about. I don't even think he got it. He just thought I was stupid.
Yeah. You're not a really great fit for a hardware store.
Actually, I am.
Actually, I am. You probably are.
Yeah.
You do fine anywhere.
Yeah, I would.
Sorry, you guys.
Okay, so
the tangents galore.
Back to this person. Moon and Jupiter in the ascendant. This person is very like a leader, has a lot of leadership skills. People will look up to this person a lot. And you're very passionate. You're like a good coach. You might even be like a coach at a college or something. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe not, but you're going to be a good leader. You're going to have good leadership skills. And you're very Jupiterian. Moon and Jupiter together is nice, but it's in Leo. So you need to always use your creative self-expression. There is a lot of 12th house energy in your chart. So you have Sun, Rahu, and Mercury in the 12th house. Well, the 12th house is So it's sacrifice, hospitals, jails, mysteries. It's also astrology. It's foreign countries, foreign lands. So you could have worked in another country, lived in another country, was like born in a different country that you reside in. It's just a lot of 12th house things. This is somebody that could have been in the military, or this is somebody that could have went to jail for something. You know, it's a lot of a mixed bag. But you probably don't sleep well. You probably you might have a lot of hidden enemies and issues with just things that pop up, and you probably have really crazy dreams. And I would say, Jenny.
You know what's funny is you said 12th house energy. I'm familiar with 12th house energy. That's really heavy on my chart. And I was just, looking at the cards, and the star card came up. The star card is also astrology. You know what I mean? And then I got the Princess of Cups and the Empress. So just based on that, I would say this person is female. Very feminine. I can't confirm that though. Can you confirm it?
I don't know. For some reason, I think it might even be a male though.
Okay. Well, I mean, and if it is a male, I mean, listen, I didn't have all that much intention when I pulled that card. Like I wasn't actually ready, but I do want to say though, when you say,
Wait, say that again. Say that again. What did you say? No,
what?
What did you just say?
Me? What did I say? The star card.
No. Never mind. After that. Oh shit! This is gonna be a rough show, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Let me just say this. Hold on. I have to get batteries for my mouse.
Oh my gosh! Sorry. So she leaves me here. Fabulous.
All right, Jenny, you're gonna have to look at this. Ready? Look at 6th and 12th house stuff. So 6th house is big. I mean, we're having big changes here. This is a K2 return too. So Rahu K2 return. It's probably not been that easy for you.
All right, let's look at the challenge.
More endings.
I don't know, man. The Empress just came up again. She just popped her head out, and this is about motherhood, maternity, something with a mother. Manifestation, taking ideas, making them real, bringing them out into the world. That can be a really big step. That could be a really scary step. Oh man, it really is. That's so funny, Heidi. I'm just sitting here by myself. No, because the live video is lagged. So when I see us, it's like there might be like a whole minute and a half.
Really?
Like, yeah, it's kind of funny. So.
Oh, and just Jenny got a new Jenny has a new website, so check out her website. Her new website is jennymoonstone.com.
jennymoonstone.com. A very, very kind, generous, and talented individual is helping me out with the website. Pretty much did the whole entire thing, and was just so, because everybody who knows me knows that I suck at like the technological side of everything. So it's a new, beautiful website, and it makes scheduling really easy, and it's just all of our videos from Channel 27 are over there, including a few from the Leak Project. So everybody go check out jennymoonstone.com, please. Thank you for reminding me, Heidi. My gosh. And just so everybody knows, like I hate to make excuses, but I'm going to. But we really did get hit with a hurricane over the weekend. And so like I feel so kind of like displaced. We have power and everything, but like my parents don't have power. Like there's crazy things, like there's debris everywhere still. Getting around isn't all that easy. So I'm just a little bit out of my element lately, real tired.
Okay.
All
right. So pull a card for 12. You did that, right? You said mother.
Well, let's go. There may be something going on with the mother. Okay. Because there was something, it was consistent. It came up twice.
Yeah.
Okay. So remind me again of sixth house.
Okay, so sixth house is K2 return. Oh yeah, this definitely has to do with the mother. You're right. Saturn in the fourth house, K2 in the sixth. Maybe it was health, or maybe it was, yeah, we'll leave it at that for now.
Okay.
It's kind of, you know, big change, there's a lot of endings. So, and transformation. Okay.
Maybe motherhood. It does feel like it's motherhood. The Empress is all about that manifestation. It's real earthy. That's like, there's a lot of earth there. There's some hardship there too. Obviously, mothers have a huge effect on everything.
Right. All right. And another thing we have to, if you're watching this and we do your chart, please, after this ends, make a comment when the video uploads, because the live chats do not download. So next chart this is a female, 21677. This is one of those 29-degree people. So this is tough. This person is, I'm going to say that we're going to just go with very creative, musical, loves animals, loves anything, loves the water, loves creating things, might love dancing, loves astrology, anything, any secrets, like anything secret knowledge, anything secret like that. I would say you're very structured. So even though you love that kind of stuff, your moon is in Capricorn. You're very,
that's an awesome combination.
Yeah, this is, because her moon is with Mercury and Mars. Now, this is definitely like heavy energy here. So your thoughts can get a little, I would say you could get a little frustration here and there with your thoughts, the way you communicate, the way you think. You might be in the health field, like working in a hospital or a nurse or something. But all I can say is that you think very practically and very, very grounded. So, and you're a very, very good listener. Very good listener. So
I'm actually just going to see, I feel kind of guided to just ask the tarot what this person needs to hear right now. You can point out a transit if you'd like to.
Okay.
But I'm kind of just going to go with it.
All right. Well, they just had some endings, maybe in relationships, or maybe just a big change in themselves between them and other people. So big changes. Now K2 is going into the sixth, fourth house. Same thing. It could be mother, emotions. You could have moved. Endings in relationships. Maybe not. It's not always endings in relationships, but a lot. You might have had some really good opportunities, but it's probably been, you're a Leo ascendant. If you're a Leo, it's tough to say though. So go with K2 and the.
Well, can I just tell you, and then maybe we'll be able to put the pieces together. 3 of Cups, Princess of Cups, and the Sun. Okay. So the Sun can often mean it's both. It's endings and it's beginnings. You know what I mean? It's the cycle. It's usually a really optimistic card. And here with the Princess of Cups and the 3 of Cups, this is extremely feminine. Celebrations, drinking, parties. Sometimes it's pregnancies, weddings, things like that. But if we are looking at the end of something, which we're not, because the cards that follow it, I mean, it's just more cup cards. 10 of Cups, satisfaction, being happy relationships. This could be a wedding even. This could be a young woman, maybe somebody's loved one, a close female relative is getting married or got pregnant or is having a baby or something like that. It could also be an emotional rebirth. Somebody's getting in touch with a side of themselves, like, like an older woman who feels young again. The 3 of Cups is always, to me, about like renewal and like relaxation and luxury and pleasure and things like that, like resorts. I think of like beach resorts and hotels and wedding receptions, things like that. Celebrations.
Okay, so maybe it's good stuff.
Maybe it's good stuff.
Yeah, because see, here's the
endings are good things too. There's such a thing as a divorce party.
Yeah,
there is. There is.
You're right. You're very, very right. That's funny. Okay, so this is 226 83. Scorpio ascendant. So you should watch my series. I'm a Scorpio ascendant as well. You're double water sign here. So you have Jupiter in the first house, which makes you a really good leader, very passionate, great boss. If you're not, just makes you because you have this friendship. People will tell you things and you understand them because you're a Scorpio. You are rebellious. But I would say you probably love astrology. And if not, you should. You would love it. Your moon is in Aslacia, the snake, Cancer. So hold on, let me go back to Scorpio. Scorpios are very passionate. They think it's a lot about sex and more about just connecting with a different type of like connection with sex. So quite honestly, Scorpios tend to get into relationships based off of this, and relationships end up being about this. And they can have some chaotic relationships here and there, but you know, you're very passionate. You hate when somebody lies to you. And I would say, but your moon is in Aslacia, Cancer. It's kind of businessy, not business side of Cancer, but you're very goal oriented. And when you have your mindset to something, you will do whatever you need to do to get there. And it's probably a lot of higher knowledge. You probably like traveling, you like long distance traveling or higher knowledge. So we've had an interesting 4 years more since 2013. It's been extremely chaotic, stressful, lots of change, a lot of change to say the least. And then maybe the past year you could have been not feeling so great, but the last 2 years have been a lot of focus on career. So Jenny, go with career. And oh my gosh, these flies, I'm gonna literally go nuts. So I'd say career, but now it's more what's going to happen. We're going to the ninth house. Ninth house is long distance journey, travel, religion, good luck. It can be marriages as well, because the ninth house you look at for a marriage as well. So
and you said this person is a double water sign?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes my job easier, because the more emotional, and this is just me, this is all like personal stuff, the more watery somebody is, the easier it is to connect with them, because I'm like double water too, I believe. I think I'm even triple water.
No, you're just double, because you're a Gemini. Remember? Gemini moon.
All right.
Jenny, what's the next chakra in Gemini that you are? What's your moon?
Ardra.
Good job. You're so smart.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Ardra's a freaking badass. Is that the Knight of Cups?
Yeah.
That's your favorite card.
Isn't it?
It is.
It really is.
The Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups. It's like, seriously, like, I mean, think of a cup and now think of a sword, and those two things just don't go together. One's very feminine, one's very phallic. So, okay, listen. You said something about relationships, right?
Yes. Well, it could be, but not necessarily. Okay. So it can be, though, or money, finance. It can be finances, but the last 2 years have been a lot of career.
Okay. Well, career actually makes sense, because we have the Magician and the Hermit. And when these two come together, this for me feels like somebody who's an entrepreneur, some kind of a business, because the Magician, you know, if we're talking about career in that context, the Magician is the craftsman, the tradesman. They've got the skill. They're real clever, real good in business. It's very like logistic stuff. You know, very fine-tuned, specialized sort of things. And then the Hermit is all about the introspection, internalization, you know, kind of detaching yourself from the collective and going within, and, you know, meditation and all kinds of stuff, sometimes isolation. But then we have the Two of Cups, which just kind of puts a nice veil of positivity on this. It just further emphasizes that this is something about either a romantic relationship or a relationship with the self. You know, the Two of Cups really can mean, you know, a lot of times it is about falling in love. or, passion or reciprocal relationship. And sometimes it's the love that you have for yourself. So I think that this person it looks to me like it would be somebody who's like really satisfied with the, like an entrepreneurial endeavor, or even just like doing something that they do as a hobby really, really well and getting a lot out of it. So.
Yeah. And, another thing I'll say, I've been like, things have actually been rather smooth for me. So it might be something good, it's not necessarily always negative. So, it can be. And I'm going to say this. Let's talk about, I know I'm going to divert here. That's so weird. I feel like I just said a Rex move. But yes. So Jupiter in sidereal zodiac is going into Scorpio literally next week. Or I'm sorry, going into Libra next week. So typically everybody that follows Western astrology thinks Jupiter is in Scorpio. And no, it's not. So that will be in a year from now, because this is sidereal zodiac. And if anybody knows this, what I use it's Vedic astrology, sidereal zodiac. It is basically a sign behind. And if you take a star chart map, stick it in the sky, you can see that Saturn right now is still in Scorpio. So even though people say Saturn's in Sagittarius, it's going back into Capricorn, blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's in Scorpio. You can see this for yourself. So Jupiter in Virgo, that's what's been happening. And Jupiter in Virgo isn't really exciting. It's like, I can tell you, it's more, Virgo's a very practical sign. So when Jupiter goes into Virgo, it's more like Jupiter's expansion, it's higher knowledge, it's like the guru, it's wisdom, it's also sales. It depends on how it sits in your chart. But when it's in Virgo, I've noticed that it brings opportunities to make money, or gives you opportunities to wherever Virgo is in your chart. But it does it in a very annoying way. Okay. Because Jupiter wants to expand and look into higher things. And then Virgos are very practical, analytical, perfectionist. So it just doesn't feel as good. So when Jupiter is a great planet. So when Jupiter is going into Libra, that's a different ball game. So it's going to do a lot of, I think, more positive things, except for the Scorpios, I'll say. So a Scorpio ascendant, it definitely can maybe bring more challenges than the normal person, unless you're an astrologer. So hopefully that's what I'm going to say. But it definitely can just be more harmonious, because Jupiter likes to be in Libra more so than it does in Virgo. So wherever that sits in your chart, that's going to have a very interesting effect and expand and bring you a lot of opportunities. So I don't know why I even just rambled on and said that, but
No, that's good. I'm looking at the chat, and I guess there's moderators are doing their jobs right.
Good. Why are there some freaks?
Yeah, no, I didn't even see what was said, but they're whoever you guys are telling to hush, I trust your judgment.
Sorry, I got to do some bug spray. Okay.
I did see that somebody mentioned sending Heidi a bug zapper or fly swatter, and I am so all for that idea. I think somebody should like make her one, like a funny one, and like so you can have a prop, kind of like how Rex like tapes a microphone to a baseball bat or something.
Yeah, I know.
That could be your thing.
I live on the water, guys. You have to understand. There's bugs, and like they don't. If you open the door for 2 seconds, we have bugs that just fly in, and it's fruit fly season. Alrighty, so
it's fruit fly season.
It is. Maryland has horrible bugs.
Okay. Oh my God! Please don't tell me about it. I live in South Florida.
Yeah, I know.
It's post hurricane. It's like Jumanji out here.
Did you post those things about those crabs? Did you see that video with all those crabs?
No, I didn't post it, but I did see the picture that like they're all displaced and they're all like out here like, what do we do? What do we do?
Hey, everybody, Rex from the Leak Project is in here. So make sure you
Oh,
subscribe to his channel.
hey.
I'm trying to make
I wonder if he got here in time to hear my comment about the microphone taped to the baseball bat.
I think that's exactly when he might have chimed in.
That's so funny. Hi, Rex.
Watch this. Hey, Rex, thanks for that happy birthday phone call. I had to say it.
Did he say Nanu Nanu?
No, I just, because he did. Rex is the only person that didn't call me and say happy birthday. I'm so sad.
Oh, ooh.
Oh, I'm kidding, Rex. Relax. I'm not like that. So
He's gonna feel pretty bad about it now.
He's gonna feel so bad. That's why I couldn't help it. It's funny. It's funny.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Alrighty, so let's go to this next chart. This is another 29 degrees. So I'm gonna just focus on your moon and the way you think. So your moon is in Scorpio, and I just talked about this. So a Scorpio person, you should watch the Scorpio series on my channel. Scorpios are very passionate. They don't want to be lied to. It's a very intense sign. It's somebody that once they are into something, it's like they're totally into it. But if they're not, they're not. But very emotional, I would say you think this way. So like I'm a Scorpio rising, so I might act more intense than I am emotionally, but you think more this way. So this is somebody that's going to just think this. You might not share it. You might not act like this, but you're going to think this way. So just very intense, very passionate. And it's very good though. It's great for astrology, knowing secrets, very intuitive for sure. You just know things. Nothing surprises you. You can handle anything. So people will tell you stuff. And you're not going to tell anybody's secrets if they want, people tell you things, you're like a vault. So
like a steel trap, huh?
Yeah, I would say maybe some issues or separation from the mother possibly, but
can you tell me the date one more time?
It's 3/13/74. So, but I think this person is a Virgo, maybe a little Libra. Oh, Chitra. So
there's no Pisces there?
No Pisces in the chart.
That is so weird to me because that's Western is everybody, March.
So you're okay. Once again, so just for the new people here.
Me?
No, because they're going to say the same thing. Oh, but I'm born this day. So I'm a Gemini, right? That's not the case. Okay. So my birthday is September 12th. I'm a Virgo, right? So they say, well, I would read Virgo things and I'd be like, yeah, maybe a little bit, maybe something here or there. And then when I found Vedic astrology, it changed me to a Leo, which totally makes more sense. Like at work, sun sign is Leo. So it's right behind typically your sun sign. But everybody that watches this, I don't know, if you've heard me say this or not, I'm going to say it again. You have an ascendant, which changes every 2 hours. Your ascendant is the most important part of your chart. It's your first house. Because so it's like your karma on this life. Like the first house is you. It's your body. It's going to be how you act. It's going to be your personality. It's not going to be so much how you think. And that's your moon sign. So your moon sign is, if you Google any astrology chart, if you know your time, you're going to have a rising sign. It's called a rising sign, a lagna, or an ascendant. Then you have a moon sign, which is the way you think. And then your sun sign is what you think you are in Western astrology. But in Vedic astrology, it's a sign behind. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good.
It does.
Okay, so for transits and for what happens to you, you have to look at your ascendant. It's the most important part because it changes every 2 hours. That's why your time is so important. So when you have an ascendant at 29 degrees, it's like it's getting ready to go into the next sign, which would be Libra. So you have a little bit of both. And I study the nakshatras and I do the nakshatras in readings. So you are a Virgo ascendant, but possibly a Libra on the cusp, like really on the cusp. So
oh man.
I would say you're very, very practical. You want balance. You like, you're a perfectionist, all those Virgo traits, but more so like the entrepreneur. You might like shiny things. You might like, this is somebody that's very good with like architecture, innovative, and somebody that can innovate the vision to change things. You know, it's all about changing things. It's the bright one. It's the shining star. So whether you're a Libra or a Virgo, your ascendant is in Chitra, and Chitra is the shining one. And it's somebody that like is a very good architect, and not just architects like that, but it can be just design. So you just have visions and designs, and you might like the stars, you might like shiny things. So that's how you act. But your moon is in Scorpio.
Oh.
Because I don't know what your K2 and Saturn is, but let's go with our transits.
I feel like that person would make a really good investigator.
Oh yeah, Scorpio moons are freaking phenomenal.
Because they can get into the mind of a psychopath.
We can handle them too.
Right, you know? Exactly. And the Virgo, that's that analytical, safe, you know, plan it all out. Libra, political, they're the liaisons. They, you know what I mean? They carry information really well. They can articulate it really well. So let's look at transits.
So go see, this is a cusper, so this is tough. Let's just go with, maybe you're just focusing on career a lot, possible career. Let's just go with career right now.
All right, just a few indicator cards, you guys, because it's real hard to get. Oh man.
What?
Well, it's just funny when I get two princes and a knight, because these are either people, which will make this kind of convoluted and hard to apply without having actually speaking to this person, because they could be actual people, or they could be two people in somebody's personality that's coming into play. But in any case, we've got the Prince of Wands, the Knight of Discs, and the Prince of Swords. And just off the top of my head, I feel like these are three men that are close, but there's a lot of competition. Or it could be two very opposite, it looks like even two opposite brothers or friends or cousins, and like a leader who's more alpha, who's in charge, either a boss or the dad or the older brother, or something like that. But if we're talking about work, this could, hold on, wait 1 second. I need more. Sorry, folks.
These bugs have balls, that's for sure. Oh my God. They're just
okay. All right. So we're talking about career. So I pulled the Fool and the Ace of Discs. Now, if we are talking about career, that would connotate something successful, a successful leap. Maybe these guys are going into business together. Maybe these guys are going on a trip together, or starting some kind of a project together or something like that. I mean, these are three very different personalities. The Prince of Wands and the Prince of Swords, they're quite opposite in personality. The Knight also could be an idea that the two share together, that, the two princes come together to create a concept that is more than what each of them individually can create. I really feel like I want to talk to this person though. And I want to find out what's going on. And sometimes that's like the hazard with these readings, is that feedback is really, it's not all that easy to come by. But the Three of Cups, again, abundance. So this is like, they're really enjoying this. This is like, it's like a, like kind of like a reward. It's because if we're talking about career, they could be celebrating a victory, something starting, things kind of coming together. But I mean, it's really positive. Since we are talking about career, it doesn't look like a severance or a failure or loss of investments or loss of assets or anything like that. There's a lot of personalities. There's a lot of masculine energy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So when you have a degree like this, we're going to have to go to the next person.
Okay.
Say it. So let's go to the next chart. Sorry. All right. This is 3/30/1978. Okay. I have not seen this ever. So I'd be very interested. Your Navamsha chart, which is the chart you turn into, has a lot of planets in this first house. So I don't really know. I can't really talk about that right now. I'm just curious. Yeah. So I can't go there. So these readings can only be they have to be vague. So you're a Taurus ascendant. Taurus is like food. They like pleasure. They like money. They like materialistic things. And they worry about this stuff too. So they're always thinking about finances and, like keeping up with the Joneses type of thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just somebody a lot of people that have planets in this, they're in real estate, they're actors, they're, in the creative fields, stuff like this. Or business people, they do money. They're good with hedge funds and not just all about money and stock markets, anything like that.
Can I say something real quick? You got a donation.
Oh, that's nice.
Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda. Did she put her birthday? Because we'll do her then for sure.
Amanda, if you haven't, if you could for just a moment, go ahead and put your birth date in, your birth information, and we will add you to the list since you were generous enough to make a donation.
And honestly, we need your month, day, year, city, time, location, AM or PM. So watch out. Jenny, will you watch out for that, please, for me?
Of course.
Thank you. Okay, so but the way you think is a Sagittarius in the next chapter of Mula. Mula is all about the way you think is more, you want to get to the core roots of things. You want to know, you want to know the bottom of things. You want to know all the secrets, all the, everything like that. And it's in the 8th house. So, this is a lot. This is one of those charts, maybe some separation with the mother and father, family things, and Mercury and Venus.
House.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for that? Are you ready for Amanda's information?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So we have Sydney, Australia, 9:02 a.m. We need the month and the day, Amanda.
And make sure if you're from Australia, you actually will write probably the month first and the year first. So write the month. Like if it's September 2nd, because that might be February 9th to you. What city?
Oh, right. No, 27/9/82. So 9/27/82. Cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
It'll be a while to get used to that.
All righty.
9/27.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone just joining. Hello. You guys moderators are doing a really great job too. I haven't seen any weird comments, so you guys are doing a good job keeping up.
I see a lot of shit removed though, so we must have a lot of trolls here tonight.
Apparently they're sexual comments.
Oh, well, that's okay then. I mean, as long as you don't call me stupid, I really don't give a shit. Okay, so 9/27/82. What time did you say?
Let's see. 9/27/82, 9:02 a.m. Sydney, Australia.
I have a couple other Australians on here tonight.
I love that. I love when I get foreign clients. It's so exciting to me. I'm like, oh my God. I love it. Don't get me wrong. Believe me. I mean, obviously I love Americans. You know what I mean? I love it. I love America. Next time.
How do you spell Sydney quickly? Help.
SYDNEY.
not on. Oh, because I didn't
Sydney.
put the I was trying to put an I in there after big mess. Okay. So this is weird. Okay, because you are exactly reversed, the last person that I just said. So you're a Sagittarius ascendant in the nakshatra of Mula. Okay, and
Did you get it?
yes, I got it. I think. I'm like not swatting this thing.
Now hold its carcass up and show it to the world and piss off the vegans.
Oh, what? Oh, so okay, very Sagittarius is very blunt, very straight to the point. They like their freedom, they like their space. They like to preach because they like to, just the way they are. They're about they love traveling, they love collecting things, they love other cultures, other countries. But your ascendant is in the nakshatra of Mula, and Mula is all about deep-rooted past issues. It's very hard for you to get over things from the past. And there can be a lot of deep-rooted issues in your life that you deal with, but it's okay. But you're a great investigator. You're a great detective. You want to get to the truth of things. Like you want to know all the details, everything that you can think of. And then your moon, though, is in Rohini. So when your moon's in Rohini, just like I said prior, you think a lot about financial, material things. You probably like your house to look like a museum. You just want things pretty. You want things nice. You're also good with design and real estate. People with planets in Rohini are really good at designing real estate, stuff like this. You might actually, Venus, Mars, Sun, you should get into real estate if you're not, for sure, because you're a really good salesperson. But you're also really good with your hands. You're good at speaking, communicating, and maybe in the health and wellness field, Reiki masters. I mean, stuff like this, contracts, details. You're very detail oriented. And
give me a trans.
You're a good speaker, but you're blunt. Like you're very blunt with speaking. And you really like to stand up for causes and stuff like that too. So Jenny, go with okay, so maybe you had some issues with you had a K2 return. So that was a lot of hard work, a lot of efforts. K2 in the third, and your chart. You might have some issues with siblings. That's like one of your karmas, siblings or hard work, efforts, and ninth house, beliefs, father, just stuff like this. So you're going to really obsess with these things. You probably the past year really, really been obsessing with these things. And, lots of, you might have traveled short distance travel, state to state, or you could have, this is marriage too. So it's marriage. It's like long-term commitments. It's good luck, fortune, but Saturn's been in your 12th house, cleaning house. So I wouldn't necessarily think that it's been all easy breezy. It might have to do with like money, finances, stuff like that. So Jenny, pull a card for, okay, no, oh man, shit.
What's wrong?
No, I was just, let's go with upcoming. You just were cleaning house for the next 2 years. You're going to get this is going to be a big transformation for yourself.
Okay.
So
let's look at that then.
Yeah.
Personal transformation. We don't have to get too specific. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. It does look as if there is anxiety regarding finances. Oh, wow. You got another donation, Heidi. So there's worry about finances. So we have the 5 of discs. We have the 7 of swords. These two cards together in particular sometimes look like, getting let go from a job, losing some kind of income, losing some kind of source of income. Sometimes it's about losing, partner, something that was steady, something that was solid. Discs being something that is solid, earthly in nature, material things, physical things. And then the Seven of Swords sometimes is about things being taken from us, things, even ideas, things like that. The Prince of Discs is here. This is either an actual person in your life, Amanda, or this is a facet of the person of your personality that's kind of at the forefront with this. So this could be the part of you that's a really diligent worker, kind of stubborn, very earthy. I feel like you have an affinity for metal, some kind of metal. Like I'm seeing like wrought iron and a lot of like I don't know why that's just popping into my head. Actually,
could it be real quick, Jenny? Could it be partnerships, marriages, or something like that?
I mean, it could be, because when we're talking about the Five of Discs, this for me is about things being out of balance, like the home being kind of, in a state of unrest, some displacement, a lot of uncertainty there. I'm trying to see your feedback, Amanda. Okay, lose a lot, but gaining. All right. I really do like to see people giving feedback. But I want to say, though, that because she said losing but gaining also, the Star card shows up also. So this isn't all negative. The Five of Discs and the Seven of Swords are kind of severe cards, indicating, what they indicate. And we talked about that. But the Star is also about hope and miracles and help when you least expect it. This is the card for astrology. This is a card about spirit guides, meditation, crystals, things like that, and that like kind of spirit connection that like it surpasses all of the physical things. So like all the worry and the stress about like really kind of mundane everyday things that need to get done, that need to be taken care of. The Star reminds us that it's mind over matter all of the time. Circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters. That's a quote from Bashar, if anybody knows who Bashar is. That's not original material. I didn't come up with that, but I use it a lot. Circumstances don't matter, only state of being matters. So that's actually what I want to tell you right now is that message. So I hope that is good for you, Amanda. I hope that resonates for you in some way.
Is this Amanda B?
Yes.
Why do people block her comments?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Comment. Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting.
That's very strange. I actually don't see that.
I saw it in mine for some reason. I saw like that was blocked.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay. So
you got another donation, by the way.
Did we get Thomas's information?
Thomas, thank you so much for your donation. Can you please give us your birth information, please? I'm glad that you liked it, Amanda. No, there were no blocked comments, Heidi, by the way, not for her. She didn't have any comments blocked.
Okay, well, my computer must be lying then.
Somebody did mention something about the connection between astrology and aliens, and then somebody else said that that's really a matter of opinion, and I agree with that, because you have to kind of define aliens. We're not going to do that right now, but I'm just saying that it really, that's what I would say, is that it really depends who you ask, and it depends what your definitions are. So once we can define aliens, then maybe we can have that conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to say this. If an alien walks through my door, I'll say that they're there and I'll incorporate them with my readings. But until that happens, probably not going to.
You're surrounded by aliens.
I know that I'm sure I am, but that's okay.
Okay, so we have Thomas's information.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to let everybody know I have a good 10 minutes in me right now, and then I have to jump off. I hope that's okay, Heidi.
No, that's okay. I might do a few more. We'll see.
Okay. Wait, Thomas, where are you?
Thomas, I don't see him. Yeah, this is really slow tonight, isn't it?
It's what is
this thing. It's lagging big time.
okay. I have it. He's a male 11/11/1958. Sorry, I hope I'm not too close to the screen, you guys. I just can't see anything.
Mm-hmm. God, 11/11/1983.
1958.
Oh, where did I get 83?
I don't know. You just made it up.
Something else. Go ahead.
2:45 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
West Branch, Missouri. MI is Missouri, right? Yeah.
Mississippi. Never mind. We're not going to go there and make us look like West. I'll just find MI. West Branch.
West Branch, Missouri. It's Missouri.
No, Missouri's MO, isn't it?
Oh, Minnesota.
God, no. Now you're getting me confused.
Wait. MI.
Oh, God. Now we just sound like idiots. We're going to pretend like we didn't say that. Okay. So.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, you're not even a degree of a Virgo, so you're probably a lot of Leo.
Michigan, damn it.
Thanks, guys. That's funny. All right. You have a lot of planets in Libra.
I'm a horrible American.
I know, right? I know other countries better than my own, just saying. I'm going to read you some of my notes for this because you have like 4 planets in Vishaka. Vishaka is the triumph. It's like the arc. So it's all about breakthroughs. And it's part of Libra and it goes into Libra and Scorpio. So you have Mercury in Scorpio, which makes you very curious researcher, a good researcher, and a good writer and a deep writer. But this could be like a music writer or something. I'm just making that up. But it doesn't necessarily mean writing books. It could be writing scripts, writing novels, writing, novels for government. It's something like this.
Government novels.
I don't know. Writing books for I don't know why some of the shit that I say just kind of rambles out.
That's hilarious. That's a great idea. Government novel.
Okay, so Vishaka is all about this. Spiritual warrior. So it's the fork shape, the potter's wheel, triumph arc. It's ability to concentrate on goals and overcome obstacles. So they're really good at negotiating contracts, relationships, bringing change through new age storm, marketing revolutionist. So if you do anything online or anything with marketing or sales or business.
He's a network engineer.
Makes total sense. Good. Okay. Social and clever, but you can be unforgiving and revengeful. It's the star of purpose. So patience, persistence, ambition, powerful skills to like conquer things. When you set your mind on something, you will break bodies, heads, brains to get what you want. And you'll do it in a smooth way. Like you'll do it in a way that's not so dark. Like it's going to be more, you just know how to say things and you just like cut to the details. If this is your time and this is right, you have Rahu in the first house, which can have you have issues with relationships, and it makes you're here to learn. If this is right, like you have to really double check that time, because with that 1 degree, Rahu could maybe not be in that first house. And I would say that makes you focus a lot on your purpose, on yourself, and it gives you issues in relationships. It can be business relationships, it can be work relationships, it can be all kinds of relationships. It will give you some setbacks or some drama with relationships.
Okay, are you ready? I mean, yeah. Thomas, I hope it's okay. Let me know if I can kind of speak your comments out loud. But I do love that we're getting real-time feedback from the people. What are they saying? Well, I wanted to know if it was okay, but he's confirming, because you did mention the thing about relationships. He mentioned that he was single parent with her for quite some time. So that's a challenge.
Yeah. Okay, so if that's right.
I hope that's okay that we said, I mean, if you're going to write that, okay. No, he said yes. Okay. So I just didn't want to kind of like say it out loud, but he did write it in the chat. So there's that. A single parent for 8 years. That's tough. That's real tough.
Okay, so let's go with that because that's Rahu in the first, okay? So when you have Rahu in the first, you're going to have problems with relationships. Now, it can be a relationship that you have this like overbearing person, or you have this person that's addicted, like has addiction problems, or has, or it can be somebody leaves you, you leave them, or you stray, somebody cheats. But I have been noticing lately that I've had two instances. This is why I'm asking. It could be your spouse passes away. It's not necessarily, or they leave. Now, I'm not saying it's any of those things. I'm curious why you had and why were single, like how that panned out, because it could be something like what I just said. So.
Okay.
Go with Jenny for his transits.
Go ahead.
God, I don't know. This is tough. Without knowing this time, 6th house, 5th house.
I just wanted to go in the direction of kind of what we're talking about here, which is emphasis on relationships. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you were right. First wife left, second wife passed away. Okay. And that's that, the cards, I'll just let you know what I got, the 3 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, lots of emotions here. What stands out the most is the Queen of Discs and the 5 of Cups. This is a woman that this is like this is kind of a real letdown. There's a lot of quite literally disappointment here. But there was a time of like great happiness. There's a lot of happiness, cups overflowing quite literally. And then that kind of went away. But I do feel very strongly, Thomas, and it's indicated here that you really rose to the occasion. And that obviously was probably the hardest thing that you have ever done in your life was trying to come out of that. The 9 of Wands is strength, and that's no light card. That's about very severe challenges, challenges that the depths of your strength is summoned. It's sink or swim type of thing. But I really do kind of see you hanging on to really good memories and deriving strength from good memories and from happy times. The 9 of Cups is about family. The 9 of Cups is about being with the people that you love, the people that matter most. And that's where you're deriving a lot of your strength from. Let me see what he's saying here. There we go. So is it a heavy chart just by looking at it? I mean,
it is, but it's like the heavy charts are successful, so like that's why you are, the way you are. So when Rahu goes into your first, or it's in your 1st and 7th and 6th and 12th, you're here to learn moksha in some way, shape, or form. It's like you're letting go of attachments, and Rahu and Ketu will give you situations in your life at first that really make it hard. Okay. I mean, it's going to make you go to where you have these breaking moments, a lot of stress. So when you have the nodes in the 1st and 7th, you're here to learn. This is the best advice I can tell you, because I have K2 in the 1st. So nothing's going with us. Nobody. Jenny's not going with me. Hopefully we'll see each other on the other side. None of this shit's going with us. Money, cups, whatever. We're moksha. This is moksha. Every personal attachment that you have in your life is it's not going anywhere with you. So you might, and if this is why it's hard, because that time is so close that you can really maybe handle that well. If it's Rahu's in the 1st, you could probably handle it pretty good, because usually people with Rahu in the 1st they just bounce around, like they bounce to the next, bounce back quickly. It's a lot of moving and shaking. But when when Rahu's in the 12th, it's hard to let go, because Rahu in the 12th is like, no, not holding. I'm holding on. I'm not doing it. I'm not, doesn't handle it well. And you'll do more of that. And then you go back to yourself. It's like a lot of this bounce.
You did mention something about detachment. like non-attachment, letting go and things like that. And learning about attachments and the psychology of attachment in general. And the Eight of Cups is all about kind of breaking away from the psychology of codependency or attachments, and not necessarily both. I mean, codependency is one thing. Being attached is another, is one thing. Sometimes they're, they come together and they're something else. Sometimes they're totally separate. But when we're talking about somebody who's, one of their big lessons is unattachment, they're going to experience a lot of loss. And it sticks out to me because I know it's, you've mentioned it, it's in my chart too, that saying goodbye, a lot of goodbyes. And I do believe that he also confirmed that he had a young daughter at 5 years old who also passed. Okay. So we're looking at an awful lot of tragedy and letting go and saying goodbye. And the Empress card, the Four of Discs, this is, and maybe it's because we know a little bit of his background now, but that certainly looks like somebody who stepped into a role, kind of took the reins and became both the male and female of that household. And there's a certain amount of pride there, obviously, for what he's been able to accomplish, and really kind of made up for some lack that he had no control over. He didn't have, any control, but I certainly feel that he regained control of the situation.
Can I say this right now? Because I just got really crazy chills. And
really?
I
feel weird too.
One more thing right now I have to say. Okay. I'm looking at some of these crazy comments. Anyway, so your K2 is the opposites of Rahu. It's always sitting seven houses apart from each other. And first of all, thank you for letting us do this chart, because it's hard to get up here and do this, but it looks like it shows people that this shit is real. This is no joke. Like, this 100% is dead on. This is why I study this. This is why I do this, because I learned myself, my crazy life, through this. And I learned about me. I learned how to forgive. I learned how to forget. I learned how to get over things. I learned how to, realize why I'm here. There's so many things that this astrology does. It's not like, oh, I'm like living in la la land. I test this. I've tested this. I've studied it. I've never wanted to become an astrologer. Literally. I use this for my own benefit, for my own shit, to manage my own life. That's why. So I have to say that, like, thank you for letting us do this, because it's tough. And, and this is a tough chart, and just something that popped out to me, because my channel is channel 27. Channel 27, my moon is in Revati, which is the last nakshatra. It's all about letting go, moksha, done, endings. And it's all about, being a nurturer and, dealing with the problems. Now, if you have too many planets in this nakshatra, like a lot, you can have a heroin addict. Yes. But if you just have one planet in it, it's not going to be as, you might like animals, dogs. You might love all this, saving things and helping people. And, you have a lot of that in your chart. If there's anybody that can handle this chart, it is you. Okay. For sure. You have the power to overcome everything. So, but your degrees on K2, which is in the nakshatra of Revati, which is my channel, is 27. It's in the 7th house. And Rahu is obviously 27, and it's 33 degrees. And I turned 33 yesterday. So it's just like another symbol to tell you that don't let it go. Like, the best thing I can say to you is to learn to love, to let go. We're not taking anything with us. We're all going to a better place, hands down. This place is a prison. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. It is. So, he said his wife passed away from an overdose. Okay. So this is probably your time. So when you have K2 in Revati, it's somebody that can have addictions. I always say this. I listen to the police scanner. And when you have planets, when planets are in Revati and when planets are in K2 is like double loss, let go, moksha, done. That's totally exactly what can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I listen to the police scanner and the moon is in Revity, it's overdoses and overdoses and heroin and heroin and heroin. It's constant, and it's so true. So when you say that, this is just one clue, like in addition to all the other clues here, that's what it is. So, and you need to stop trying to fix everybody. That's another thing I need to tell you. Like you might get into the relationships with the wrong people with the wrong intentions, right intentions, because you think you're going to fix them and you think you're going to change them. And, I'm just going to say, you're not. I promise you, you're going to have the same shit in your life, the same people that you're not going to be able to change. They're going to put you back, put all this stuff in your life. And you just have to learn to either get them screened through astrology, okay? Because you're going to have karmic relationships, and whether it be overdoses or they're lunatics. Literally, this could be, I've seen something like this where somebody pretended like their wife beat them and got them they went to prison. Okay. So long story short, that's not me. I just had a chart like this, obviously, but I just know I've heard so many stories, and this is what I'm saying. Let go. Just focus on you and your purpose. Don't focus on anybody else besides you and your children. Or if you have children, focus on you. You are here to learn your purpose and figure out you, because in the past you handled relationships. So relationships, how to be in relationships. So Rahu in the first is going to make you be confused always about what you want to do. Okay.
I want to look at the future real quick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For him real quick. Okay. So right off the bat here, I think that the first card that I pulled here just now is to indicate maybe where you're at right now, because the Five of Swords is about it's literally known as the defeat card, but that just could be kind of a dip. We all have these. We all have peaks and valleys, okay? But after that, and that's psychological in nature, okay? That's that's kind of a psychological, it's more of a mentality than anything physical. But then we have the Sun, the Priestess, the Princess of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. So just kind of like intuitively speaking, I think that this is something like a joy that's derived from the success of one of the children, or being really proud of somebody in his life here coming up. I mean, the Sun and the Priestess, I don't know how into esoteric studies you are, or anything like that, but the Priestess for me has a lot to do with occult science and meditation and dreams and ideas, imagination, intuition, psychic abilities, things like that. And then the Princess of Cups and the Ace of Cups are very, the Princess of Cups is a very vulnerable card, very feminine card. And it's usually somebody who is has a younger mentality, either young physically or younger in the mind. It could be that, somebody falls in love, somebody has some kind of an emotional ritual.
Sorry, that's me.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Sorry.
All right. Let's move on then. So I hope that helps you, Thomas. If we were looking at all kinds of failures coming up here in the future, or continued loss or continued hardship, the cards wouldn't have indicated, the Sun, the Priestess, Ace of Cups. Those are not defeat. Those aren't bad cards. Those aren't cards that indicate hardship.
Of what, Thomas, I'm going to tell you this. Jupiter's getting ready to go into your second house, conjunct Venus, Sun, all this stuff. You're going to have a great year financially, opportunity, and maybe even love, romance. Just get them screened. That's all I say.
Oh, Heidi, yeah. I can do 2 more.
Jack?
Yeah.
2 more? Okay.
2 more.
All right, so 1973. Okay.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
You got 2 more donations, Heidi.
All right, but just do like, if you do one more with me, I'll just do more after. And if not, we'll just make sure we do those the next time, or I'll do another show this week.
Okay.
We'll make sure you get it in. We'll like get you in here somewhere. Right, so if you schedule a reading with me, I am pretty booked up, so I'm sorry that it's such a long wait. Jenny's booked up, so just make sure you book. Try to watch these if you can, but our real readings are totally different. They're, hours, an hour long, can be videoed. This is not what we do on a
right
pulling things out of a chart. That's why
this is like expo. This is like on the fly business showcase type thing. And as you guys can see, we get really into all kinds of things come up in readings, and then we'll just go into something. And these things are so parallel with like life coaching and counseling. You know what I mean? I feel like half the time, really what it is somebody they start to open up because they're like, oh my God, this person understands me on such an intimate level. And we're talking about things that you have a hard time talking about with like, a psychiatrist with a white coat on, because they're going to be like, oh, here, take meds. Neither one of us is going to tell you to take meds because neither one of us is a doctor, and we don't do that. But it's just totally different. This is a safe place.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm going to say, another thing, Jenny and I did a reading. We do readings we have a lot of people that get readings with Jenny and then come to me, vice versa. And we did a reading last week of somebody that I said things to her, and I, like, do this, like things are going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. And she was like, Jenny said the exact same thing. So we are always in sync. It's so funny, Jenny, how that works.
Yeah. And sometimes we don't realize that. And then it's just like, oh, wow. That's just the way that
talk about our readings together. We wish we could, because we want to make a group one. We're trying to figure out how to do that. Okay. Yeah. This person, Jack, are you really born at 1 on the nose? Do you know that for a fact? Because if you're not, when somebody throws a time out there like that, it's kind of dicey, it's
kind of dicey.
I'm just going to say this. You have Venus and Rahu together. You are like, okay, romance, love, pleasure, sex, you're obsessed. Like you're always looking for that. You're always looking. Now it's not so much, it's in Sagittarius. It's more about 12th house thing. I mean, it's sex. Like it just is what it is. So you're a very sexual person. You want fantasy and dreamland, you want all that feel good stuff. But, a lot of times what happens with this Venus Rahu, you get into like people, somebody that, just has a lot of issues with women or scandalous things or scandalous women. It can be. It also could be
scandalous women.
Yes, scandalous women. But that's just something in your life. That's not you. This looks like you're a Capricorn. You're a Capricorn. You're like all business. You are a very, like, you like to think you're, I don't know how to say this the right way. You're a leader. People look up to you. You might be a manager. You might be an executive. You might be like people that you, God, I don't want to say the wrong thing here because this is one of those charts. If we don't know the time, it's tough.
Right.
So Capricorn ascendants, law and order. They like the law. They like, Capricorn stuff. They're hard workers. They go to work. Their whole lives can be crumbling down. Nothing phases them. That's just kind of how it is. But your moon that's how you act. But your moon is in Pisces, which is extremely more emotional. But it's in the nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapada, which is definitely a deep, deep, deep nakshatra, which is a lot about spiritual stuff and, mystical things and, just you like very emotional and passionate, we'll say. Okay. Passionate is a good word for you. And you have Ketu and Saturn and Ardra.
Wow.
Did he admit, oh God, did he write about that time, if I made that up right, or if that's right?
Back, right?
He said that's right?
No, I don't know what he said yet. I had to minimize this real quick. He did not say anything about his birth time yet.
Okay. You definitely might, you need to be a leader. You need to be in politics. You need to be you might be interested in politics, government. You might be in politics or work in some field for that, but it's almost this is more of an attorney, somebody that's dealing with foreign relations, foreign lands. And, I said the thing with women, the women that are going to be good for you are foreign women, just so you know. And crazy dreams. And you probably have, you don't sleep very well. But you're a very good leader. You're very good at...
Time's right.
What? Okay.
Time's right. I want one day for us to get someone whose birthday is January 1st at noon.
Yeah. Okay, so go with this. He's about to have some 10th house stuff. Career, fame. You might even be a good photographer. So screen production. Somebody that works behind the scenes. Something like that.
Thanks to everyone who said bless you, by the way. I don't know if anybody caught that. I think I broke a rib. All right, 10th house.
10th
Career.
House is the next year will be career. Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay, so this is kind of interesting because, again, we have the 8 of Cups, which for me has always indicated a walking away, losing interest, kind of reaching the end of an emotional, it's like the end of patience. And then we have another 8. Okay, so numerology does come into play here. 8s are, control, structure, power, consistency, stability, things like that. The 8 of Discs has a lot to do with time management, money management, laying the groundwork for, this has, for me, this is literally blueprints. If we're going to translate it into, real world, applications and stuff, it's things like blueprints and budgets and things like that. Family, kind of, priorities. This has a lot to do with priorities and also branching out. It's a card of entrepreneurs have a lot to do with this card. I have the universe card, which for here, this has more to do with the situation, the actual question that we're looking at here, the actual topic, which is the career. But then we have the 3 of Swords, which kind of indicates tension with somebody regarding, maybe I feel maybe it's kind of bad, it might be bad blood in the workplace, because the 3 of Swords for me, it's very consistent with tension in a 3-sided relationship, perhaps in a working relationship.
Could it be friends and networks and groups or bands? I don't know. I'm just throwing these things out there.
I mean, it could be. I think that there's some pride here. There's maybe someone wasn't offered enough money, or the money wasn't there. Disagreements, kind of people just not seeing eye to eye. Sometimes, it's almost butting heads with somebody who thinks that they're in control, butting heads with authority figures, kind of going off and doing your own thing. Let's see what this person is saying.
All right, let's go with, gosh, I know this is one of those charts. From the moon. It could be traveling, money, it just could be financials. It could be
there's a lot of finances here. The 5 of Discs, the 8 of Discs. This is worrying about the family, worrying about how bills are going to get paid and making ends meet and things like that. Kind of getting ahead in a job. but maybe like not being able to, like there might be an issue with like moving forward, moving ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's just some endings, and
Okay.
it could be, this is tough. I mean, it could be like moving. It could just be moving, and I don't know. Okay. He said we're right on, so we can stop guessing here. Okay, good. I mean, that's.
Hi, everybody. I just want to let everybody know that this week, because of the power outages and all of the craziness going on in the state of Florida right now, me being kind of displaced in my life, that's why we only did one show this week. But next week, we're going to become a little bit more, like weeks ago, we did a lot more. And so next week will be more active. We'll do a longer show. We'll debut the cold case file where we're going to do like full-fledged paranormal investigations. I'm actually considering ordering some divination rods, some divining rods, because that was hilarious. And we did ask Jeff a question using the rods, and I'm not going to tell anybody what I asked him, but they were right.
About everything.
Well, I have yet to see how
yeah, I forget. I was thinking about.
Yeah. You were thinking about the questions you asked him.
I know. Then I thought about what you asked too. Then I was like, oh, okay, we'll see.
Oh, yeah. So, all
right, Jenny, you can go. You can, seriously, I know you have things going on. Go ahead. Thank you so much.
I do. And if I seem kind of scatterbrained or distracted, you guys, I love all of you guys so much. We freaking love doing these shows. My head and my heart are kind of like not entirely right here right now. So that's why I'm a little bit kind of like low. But I promise you guys next week I'll be my usual bubbly, lively self, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we'll get more in depth and do more extensive stuff. Heidi is the warrior soldier girl who will power through and will give all of you lovely people exactly what you need. Thank you guys all for your comments and all of your love and all that stuff. So
I'm going to say thanks, Jenny.
Okay.
JennyMoonstone.com. That's her website. Book a reading with her. I call her on a daily basis for advice.
Yeah, we call each other all day. I'm like, what's going on? Check out my transit. What does this mean? She's like, pull me a damn card right effing now. And this is like life hacks, like astrology tarot life hacks 101. And we always use it to the benefit of all of humanity. It's not about personal gain or about manipulation. It's living the best life that we can possibly live. And we like to offer that to other people too. So, all right, you guys, have a lovely night. Heidi, the lovely, lovely Heidi will take it from here. Bye, everybody.
Okay, so I'm going to do the rest of the charts that I saw today before I made a comment. So the people that put their birthdays in, I'll just go through because I have them in. So I have them here. And we're going to go to the next one. I'm going to go to the next one. This was 11/14/1965. Okay, so 11/14/1965. Sagittarius ascendant, somebody that is very, just talked about this, very blunt, kind of the fun one to be around for sure. Sagittarius is, you're probably very attractive. You are very charismatic. People are drawn to you all the time. I mean, this is somebody that you have Venus and Mars conjunct in the first house. And that's somebody that's very charismatic, that can speak. It can be some ups and downs with like females and male relationships, I would say, or some sort of focus there. But, very artistic, you might help women. It might be somebody that, is a humanitarian, somebody that does astrology, something like this, because you have Mercury and K2 in the 12th, which would make you one hell of an investigator, or work in a prison, or want to be a cop. That would be like somebody that works to help women, protect women. Your moon is in Pushya, so very caring moon. All you want to do is help, and all you want to do is heal people. It's the nourisher. It's somebody that wants to take care of people. Now it is in the 8th house, so this is a lot of emotions you deal with. A lot of dealing with people's emotions. It can be a lot of disgrace or secrets, and people tell you secrets. It can also be astrology. So it goes all kinds of different ways. And just because I'm pulling this up on the fly, we can't really say that. But art, you might like the water, you might like affinity to the water, you might like looking at the water, you might like coaching people. You're a great coach, if writer, something like that. So, and maybe even with foreign things, foreign people, foreign lands. Ketu in the 12th is great. Moksha. You're living your last life here. So, you'll do a lot of letting go. You love your solitude. You love your space. And, that's what it is. I would say you're going to be dealing with a big change in your life because you're a Sagittarius ascendant. So it went back to the 12th house. So in January, when Saturn went back into Scorpio, which is your 12th house, it went back to double end things. So it could have been, loss, or it could have been financially or more expenses. It also could have been. Now, if you're a researcher and you work in a hospital, it could be great. So I'd have to see that kind of stuff. But, it's a lot of change, and Saturn's going to your 1st house, giving you new beginnings. So endings, new beginnings. But Saturn went back and retrograded. So it went back to finish things. And then it's going into your 1st house. Now, I've had Saturn in my 1st house. So I will say that it makes you tired. It makes you focused and driven and all right, but it gives you a lot of responsibilities, like things that you feel like, oh, I'm always exhausted, or geez, nothing's ever easy. It's just constant. It's tough. But if you focus on whatever you want in the next year, 2 years, it's breakthroughs. So when you break KRS astrology, he's one who I learned a lot from. He says, when you break the rings of Saturn, you can have anything you want. And that's very, very true. And I can attest to that. So, next person. This is 5988. All right, so you're 28 degrees Scorpio. So you want to know the truth. You want to know the facts. You definitely you're a leader, and you're the older, maybe you're the eldest one. Or if you're not, if you have younger siblings, or if you say you have older siblings, you'll take on that role. So your ascendant is in the nakshatra of Jesta, which is in Scorpio. Now it's definitely somebody that, you don't want to get on your bad side, because it's this is the part of Scorpio that if somebody messes with you, you're not a happy camper. It's, now it's not like it's not revengeful. You have to look at everything else, but this is somebody that needs to be leading, in control. Watch my Scorpio series, because I'm not going to sit there and go through all of that again. Go on my channel. It says Scorpio series. You're a Scorpio ascendant like me and my friends that were on the channel. So, Saturn the 2nd, can be some ups and downs with finances, or maybe there was some family stuff with finances, or family things with issues, or just some disgrace, some childhood stuff with the family, that you could have dealt with when you were growing up, or family with money, stuff like that. And definitely maybe family stuff, because you have Rahu conjunct Moon, separation from the mother. And if not, your mother could be just very overbearing or very, controlling. So, but from the looks of this, maybe there was something going on with the mother. You think about money a lot, I would say. And you're K2 in the 10th. I'm just going to tell you this. You need to work for yourself. It's going to really, really, really be hard for you to, when you have K2 in the 10th house and 4th house, I'll say that K2 in the fourth is going to make you obsessed with like, or throw issues in your home life and your family. And you're 88. I mean, you might be married, you might not. I'm just going to say, when you get married or if you're married, it makes you just feel more comfortable going to work. So when things happen with your happiness, it's like, oh, I'm just going to block that out. I'm just going to go to work. So it kind of gives you this constant, like, obsessing about being happy. And sometimes it can be a lot of unhappiness. So, or you worry about you and your happiness a lot. So, if things get chaotic, you just run to work or run to that type of thing. It's not bad. It's not a negative thing, but it's kind of where you feel more comfortable. So you focus back basically on a previous life on your career. So you're like good at it. You're natural at it. So when something goes wrong in the fourth house, which is property, ancestry, early foundation, vehicles, home, mother, homeland, breast, chest, lung, childhood, it's past life karma. It's also real estate, family. So you would make a great real estate agent, just so you know. Really good at selling real estate as well. But, when things get dicey in the homeland, you just are like, oh, I just got to go to work. Or maybe you just feel an unsettled feeling in your career. So there's a bounce of both. And that's really what happens. And we've had a rough 4 years for sure. Finances a few years ago, still like dealing with lots of, I'd say, debts, endings, changes, and a lot of career change in the past few years. Like I would say year and a half. Lots of change in the career, lots of shakeups, opportunities, but shakeups. Okay. And you're a healer. You like music. You like, this is, what? Your moon's inside of Bisha. So, somebody that can heal people. But this also can give you like addiction things too. So there's way too much here right now. All right, what else do I have? All right, I have, hold on a second. This is 6/8/1988. And you know what? I saw earlier that somebody was in here. What was the name? Somebody didn't write their time earlier that wrote, hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Your birthday in here. So Rainbow something. There was a name of Rainbow something. We don't have your birthday. Don't worry, Colin. I'm going to make sure I get you. Okay, so this is 6/8/1998. Pisces ascendant, Jupiter, very creative, very mystical, very want to know all the secrets. Good coach, good somebody that's a good leader, somebody that's a good musician, somebody that people look up to, somebody that could be very spiritual, that is like ends up being a priest. It's all about wisdom, but it's more a priest, or it can be like a cult leader. It's like one of those. It could be either or. Saturn and Venus in the second, definitely maybe speaking with women, speaking to, it can make you, God, this is, hold on. Moon in Scorpio, you're very passionate. You're very, God, you make a great astrologer. Healer for sure. And a writer, and somebody that's a good singer or speaker. You need to be you might be shy, but you need to be speaking, and you're a very good salesperson. You just need to like put the actions to go to work, because you have K2 in the 12th that kind of makes you feel like, I don't feel like doing it, but because you're doing a lot of moksha here in this life as well. So you're a lot of letting go, maybe some hidden enemies. People get jealous of you, I'm sure. You might have siblings. If you have any siblings, you might have maybe some issues with siblings, or there's just kind of a lot going on here. So you're very deep, very passionate. You're all water. You're very emotional and very passionate about your beliefs. So, you'd make a great astrologer or psychic or something. You are psychic. I think you know that. Okay, so you were clearing house too. You went through a 12th house transit, and that makes you get rid of everything that's not supposed to be in your life. So endings, new beginnings are coming up, and big change. So I'm gonna have to go a little bit faster here too with these. All right, this will be 7/17/63. This is Colin. So it's funny, Colin, because I noticed some of, every time I did a video on Rex's channel, you were the one that was preaching the Bible, okay? Or writing Bible quotes or something that had to do with the Bible. So once again, it's interesting how I just randomly picked this chart, and you are the same as the other person. You're a Pisces ascendant with Jupiter in the first house. And I just said the other person could have been a pastor, right? Or a preacher or a cult leader. So somebody that, when you're a Pisces ascendant, you probably love animals, you love charities, you love giving, you love helping, you love healing. It's like all doing good things. That's how you act, right? That's all how you act. All about helping. And you'll always be protected when you travel. You probably love animals. Priests have charts like this, okay? Mystical. But, when you have Jupiter in the first house, this is when yours is in Revati. The other person's was more in a different nakshatra, what could have made them, I said the cult. That's why I said the cult leader, because it was a little darker. But it doesn't mean they're a cult leader. It's just they believe in something, and it's like they're the preacher, they're the leader. And that's what you are. So you have Jupiter in Pisces, but it's all in Revati. Revati is mystical. They love music. This is my moon, channel 27. It's 27th nakshatra. So you're here to, do this kind of stuff. Whatever it is to preach about, you're here to preach about it. So whether it's, hummingbird, this is Vedic astrology. It's the sidereal zodiac is what it is. So you have moon in the third, which makes you definitely worry about finances and money and pleasure. Like to eat good things, feel good things, write good things. You could even write poetry or something, music, all this stuff. This is all in your chart. Very all about creativity and all about just using your creative self-expression, but emotional creative self-expression. That's why, I noticed some of your comments, like they're writing stories, and you're writing verses and stuff. And, everybody has their play. Like whatever somebody believes, they believe it. Just like with me, I believe astrology, and that's the way it is. So I'll fight for it, just like you do it with your way, but you do it more in a preaching way, so it's just interesting. So Venus and Rahu in the fourth, you might have issues with the mother, home life, happiness, something of fourth house things. And also be curious to know if you've ever been in an accident or car accident, maybe something of the sort. But you're very romantic. You're obsessed with romance, love, all that. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's just something that means a lot to you. And women too. Could be a lot of women in your life, like scandalous women. And it's hard to ever feel fulfilled with that's the thing. You're so pleasure driven that it's hard to fulfill those needs. And you have Mercury and Sun in the fifth. You should have been a pastor or a preacher for sure. And your Mars and Virgo in the seventh. I'm just going to leave it there. You have K2 in the 10th. You need to work for yourself. You might even be a good musician, or that might be music. Albert Einstein has a chart like this. So when your ascendant Jenny is a Pisces ascendant, somebody that speaks the truth, somebody that speaks their truth, not necessarily the truth, what they think is true. And you're going to deal with, there's going to be 12th house. You were just, once again, lots of changes. lots of endings and lots of solitude. Anybody that I've said that is going through K2 in the 12th house is going to do a lot of detox in their life right now. Detoxing, cleaning house, letting go. You could move, you could travel to foreign lands, foreign countries, foreign things, all that kind of stuff. So now you're going to have K2 and Saturn. If you have any siblings, older siblings, you could have some issues with them, or friends, groups, things like that. Networking, groups, circles, people. It can be big. Also, there's money. It can be gains that come into you. Yeah, so it's going to feel a lot better than it has the past 18 months. I could say that. You just always need to be using your creative self-expression. You love music and you take music and you connect with music, whether it be church music or whether it be, like house music, deep house music, or, you're just going to just have an affinity and a love for music. Like you just can let go and relax through music. You don't even need words. Okay. So next one will be $531.84. Okay, this person right here, $531.84. You might be like a famous person, possibly. Okay, you have Venus, Rahu, Sun, Moon in the first house. That's somebody that is the most creative nakshatra. You have every planet there, and it's your ascendant. So this is so much creativity. It's just out of control. I'm going to read you some stuff on Rohini, because you might be into money and music or acting or something, speaking, singing, it's using you. There's a lot of things going on to you. So very sexually seductive. You can be very charismatic too. Best businessman, very smooth. You can be really good with money, finances, or investing. Like you value money, pleasure, all this stuff. So what you think about and what you do. Art teachers, you look for beauty everywhere. Cooking, singing, elegant, security, sensual pleasure, neat, clean, pure thinking. It's also like financial advisors or people that want to elevate people's lifestyles. So it doesn't necessarily mean money. It could be other things too. It could be, I don't know. There's a lot here. It's hard to say with that, but definitely it can give you wealth. It's like happiness is bliss, singers, dancers, yogi, like people that do yoga, meditation, musicians, all this stuff. I would love to know. I hope you're watching. Anyway, somebody that's just very creative, and you like your house like a museum. You like design. You might be a really good designer. How real estate design. You want things beautiful. Like you want to see the beauty in everything. So that's really as much as I can say. Mercury in the 12th. You might be a writer. You might like to communicate secretly, or like you communicate, and like this is somebody that could, I don't know the exact words, but do production for films or music, or do the production, the behind the scenes stuff, just things like that. You do have a lot of issues in relationships. So you're here to learn all. And if that's nothing that it sounded like that's what you're supposed to be doing, because that's your obsessions, everything I just said. So you're going to get into relationships with people that are dramatic, that throw you off path, throw you off course, and you don't go through with it. So if you don't, so either way, everything I just said, you need to really listen to what I just said. So tap into that. It's the best thing I can say. All right, so next one I have is 9696. Sagittarius ascendant. I would suggest if you want to know more that what I said, because there's a lot of Sagittarius on here tonight. Sagittarius is the preacher, It's not the preacher like the Pisces preacher. It's like the higher beliefs. It's somebody that believes in God, you know, a higher purpose. Doesn't mean it's like religion. It's not necessarily religious. People say Pisces. People always say this. Sagittarius is all about religion. That's complete. I don't believe that. Pisces and Cancers are all about religion. Or nakshatras in there. Sagittarius are all about beliefs and like groups, culture. You know, they're not so much religious. It's more of, I would say, like God, higher purpose. Also, so you're like that. You like to serve people, and you know, Jupiter in the first, people look up to you. You're a good coach, you're a good teacher, a good trainer. You're good with your hands. You're really good at sales. You're really good at like hospitality and helping people, healing people. Rahu and Mercury in the 10th in Virgo, that's somebody that's a perfectionist, like with their career, that is about communicating, writing, and it could be somebody that's that flies planes. You know, I don't know why I said that, but it's just something like that. Mercury is, or contracts. It can be something that deals with contracts and details. You're really good at details. You're really good with your hands, and you might like things like underground, you know, like herbs and healing and stuff like that. And you might, well, I'll just leave it at that for here. Your moon's in Ardra, Gemini, you know, that can be sometimes destructive. So people with moons in Ardra can have some issues with their mothers sometimes, not necessarily all the time, but I would say your partners might be, if you have relationships, like those could be more intense, because Ardra is all about transformation. Like you're all about transformation and coaching people and, you know, just like bringing people to the light, but it's through the shakeup. So like you will destroy things and bring the ugly out to make, you know, to make people better. Okay, this is 5. I already did that one. I'm just going to do all the charts that I put in. I'm going to at least say a couple comments. If my software doesn't stop. Okay, this is 11/10/83. And hold on, I have to get that one person's birthday. I saw her. All right, Rainbow, please, once again, can you put that birthday in there? And Rainbow White, I need your birthday one more time, please, where I can read it. I can't scroll and do all this at once. Okay, this person here, 11/10/83. All right, this is a heavy chart. I have I just need your birthday, Rainbow White. What's a leap? You were at a leap year, South Bend, Indiana. You were at everything but the birthday. So, all right, next show, you have to put it in there. Okay, this person right here, you have a lot of planets in Scorpio. So, and there's a lot of things going on here. So I'm not going to get too much into this. You're an Aquarius ascendant. I don't know if this time's right, but I would say you're like a detective. You know, you're all about this chart. I really can't get into right now because it's just that time I don't even believe that time. And I'm not going to waste time because this is one that would have to be a close call. So I would say you just think you're very practical. You think very Capricorn-like, but your chart's kind of all over. This is how you think, but maybe what goes on in your life is a lot different. So I would say there's a lot of, there can be a lot of issues with communication and teachers, gurus, or, you know, learning. You're a great detective. You're a great researcher. something like that, government, like you're all about like people's rights and people's, okay. All right. I'm gonna have to do yours rainbow white next time because you should just write it in one sentence. Okay. And you have Rahu and Mrigashira, that's always searching. You're always going to be searching for something, whether it be the truth or it be, a lot of your purpose here is searching for things and using searching for facts. It could be, searching for, there's just a lot. I can't do more on this right now. So when I do a reading for somebody realistically, and yes, I know I haven't even got back to some people. I'm sorry. You will get the email soon. I have the 4-week wait because I do have a full-time career. So my readings for time is limited and that's why there's a long wait. So I do apologize, but I study charts before I do readings for at least, 45 minutes. I study charts, take notes, and the readings are an hour. This is like 5 minutes. This is totally different. And this isn't astrology, like just basic astrology. This is Vedic astrology. I use software. So it's a lot different. Okay. 11/29/1990. All right. Well, that's nice. Okay. Aries ascendant, Nakshatra Aswani. That's somebody that's like a go-getter that, just wants to just take control and jump the gun and just get into things. They're somebody that will wants to heal people. And it could be like, you want to be a firefighter, or you want to be a race car driver. It's like an adrenaline junkie a little bit. You just kind of can dive into things and do things. Now, Aries ascendants, they tend to be very impatient and stuff, but they're the go-getters. They're like the people that should be in control. They're going to speak what's on, their mind. I mean, it just is what it is. You might act out more so in fast ways, like, and not think. And then people are like, oh, but then you're a softie, like deep down inside, your moon is in Revati. It's in Pisces. You like animals. You might like horses. You might like music. Your moon is in the 12th. I'd be curious to know if somebody or in your life or somebody has drowned in your life, like something with water. Could have been like drinking, or somebody passed away through addictions or something, or maybe, could have been a period of life where somebody went through your life with addictions. So, no, it's very somebody that's good dancer, musician, actress or something, astrologer, do something like this for sure. Very creative person that likes their space, likes to heal, likes to help. You should do astrology. Yeah. You're a researcher, investigator. And you'll make money. Like, you might spend money easily too. And that's what I'm going to say about this. Maybe some problems with the mother, maybe. You've had some endings, a lot of endings, and big change, big transformations. So Saturn's going to go into your 9th house, feel a lot better. A lot. But Ketu's going into your 10th and having a Rahu Ketu return. Lots of change, lots of new beginnings, but it could be really good. Michelle, yeah, I did the charts typically that I saw way earlier. So it's not pointless because you learn something. A lot of people on my show like to watch to learn these charts. And sometimes I do pick charts from here, so you'll just never know. Okay, so I have one more I'm going to do. I'm going to do 10/23/56. Rainbow, I didn't do your chart. So I don't know why you're saying your chart fried my brain. You trying to put your birthday in here. Sorry, that's kind of frying my brain. I didn't do your chart. Okay. This is 10/23/56. You're a Virgo. A Virgo in the nakshatra of Chitra. Chitra is the bright one, the shining one. You're a great writer, researcher, somebody that like can look at something and know what's out of place. Like you are analytical, you are practical, you just know the details, you're obsessed with details, you are very detail oriented. Details are all over the place. Like you're on it. And somebody that's good with research, anything research. Mercury is speech, logic, intellect. It's traveling, it's writing, accountants, somebody that does, works with money, finances, anything like that. Speaking is for sure all over your chart. Your sun is in the second. You're a great speaker. You're great with your voice. You're great with, you're great at trading, business, telling people, you know how to communicate well in a very leadership, like a way that, let's say you like to lead. You need to be, you should be if you're not. And then you're a great writer too, So lots of efforts in your life. There's a lot of focused on your goals and focused on your third house, which is the house of hard work. So there's a lot of nothing was easy, let's say. Like you really had to work hard for certain things. There also could have been some issues with siblings if you had any. If you didn't, it's just, communication, state to state, traveling, sales. It's any way you can communicate, but you're just a good business person. Some issues with, okay, so you have K2 conjunct Moon. Emotionally, I would say this is the thing. When K2 conjuncts Moon, it can make you a little unemotional sometimes, and maybe a little cold. Easy, like the moon, like a normal moon can give you some depression here and there, make you detached to things easily. It can make you, now this is in your ninth house. So the ninth house is beliefs, long distance journeys, teachers. It's going to give you shitty teachers, shitty, weird things that come in your life, authority figures, stuff like that, just throws you for a loop. But I would say, you can easily get over things. It's somebody that can make decisions and easily let go, but it can give you for sure some, it can definitely give you for sure, some emotional, upset, you'll get sad and then you're like, oh, whatever, I'm not even sad anymore. Just a lot of ups and downs, or some issues with the mother. But you're very, very, you need to use your creative self-expression too. All about using your creative self. You really might work with money, finances. I guarantee you do. All right. I think I'm done, guys, because I just did enough. But if you want to get a reading with me, you have to go to my website, which is oneofakind.heidi.org. It's going to be right in the comment section. It's all over my page. I cannot, once you, I have kind of this weird process. It's horrible, I know, and I just, please bear with me. It's once you submit the session thing to me, then I'll get back to you. I'm a week behind of just responding. So I promise you, I'm going to get, if you sent me a contact request from my website, you'll hear from me this week. I'm working on readings that paid, I would say, in the end of August. So I'm 4 weeks booked. That's the wait time. I apologize for the wait, and I'm going to do more live readings. I hope everybody understands. I have a career, so I have a real career too. Like I'm trying to juggle both, so it's a lot. So I only have time for so many readings. And that's it. And go to Jenny's website to book a reading with Jenny. And she's got a new website. I'm going to put it here in the comments, jennymoonstone.com. And that's all I have to say. And hopefully everybody's subscribed to my channel. Thanks. Have a good night, guys.